for example, 10 years one, we can using this one. Okay, and then they have a salvage value 500. So normally salvage value is working is used for straight line method, not for the MSCRS. So MSCRS normally the value of the end of the line actually becomes 0. Reduce the straight line and MCRS depreciation. D main depreciation and B book value for year 4. So for the straight line, we have the same thing. For example, sorry, this one is it should be 500. I think, oh, maybe okay, never mind. So 5,000. Maybe I didn't shift the last part. Maybe somebody can help me now. 12,000 actually 12,000 minus 500 is become 11,000 divided by 10 is okay. Yeah, this one the concept. Okay, this one is correct. Okay, so this one is correct. 11,150. The only thing this one is 500. Okay, divided by 10. So this is the salvage value. And then, if for example the lifetime 10 year lifespan, so year one, year two, so year two minus year one minus 1150, and then year two 1150, something like that, and so on, so on. So that for 4 year depreciation, so D4, this one D4, sorry, D4. So 1150 times 4, 4,600. So for the book value of year 4, sorry, year 4 should be 12,000 minus 4,600 here. So it becomes 7,400. Okay. So this is the for example, the straight line method. For the what happened? Okay, never mind. So for MSCR's depreciation value, for example, this one. So for depreciation value for using MSCRS, we have to refer the table. So now I think we already refer the table just now, that year 10, this one. And then we have to understand that we want to actually take for year 1, year 2, year 3, and year 4. So here, for example, first year is 12,000 times 0.1, based on this one, 0.1, this is 0.1, this is 0.18, this one is 0.144, this one is 0.1152, or 0.0922, something like that. Okay. So year 1 here is 0.1. We've got 12,000 times 0.1 is become 1,200. 12,000 times 0.1 is equal to 2,160, and then 12,000 for 0.4 is the 1,000. So the depreciation for year 4 is this. The depreciation for year 4, this one D4, this one D3, this one D2, and this one D1. So is it 1,382 from me. So book value, I mean the price after the depreciation, 12,000 minus the whole depreciation year 1, year 2, year 3, and year 4. So you get 5,539. Since it's because the depreciation value. So 5,539, you can also get the same thing also by adding up all the percentage, 0.1, 0.8, 0.5. So you add it 0.1, 0.8, 0.4, 0.5, and then time 12,000. And then you minus the original price, you still get the 5,539, the same thing also. This one actually for the depreciation. So this is for EE05. Okay. And any question? Okay. And then we go to something that we have the market, we have the real, we have the actual ringgit, and also the real ringgit. If so, but then this one actually this IM actually real is actually actual one, the actual one, and then IR actually is referred to the real one. So if you want to get the actual interest, I actual or I market here, you have to use this formula. Or you can also using the real one, which is the uh, real value, and then you can use the formula to get the real interest rate. It depends. For example, here we have the real dollar equivalent of investment. So if, for example, you have this one actually maybe is the high interest rate, but then what is the market, the real market? I mean, actually, what is the depend of the this is the so you can use this one, for example, to calculate the value. So here, for example, this one is a 8% per year. Actually, is actual market value. I mean the IM, the actual market value. For example, if you have maybe let me put this one like this. This one maybe this is the real market value. For example, the real market value. So you can if you if the real this one is the real market value. Sorry. So this is the real market value. So the I market we can using this formula to the I real for 0.08 plus, for example, plus 0.03, 0.03 plus 0.08 time 0.03. So it's this one I market it become 0.08 plus 0.03 is and then this time equal to 0.08 time sorry 10.03 is it no 10.03 becomes 0.024 and this one actually becomes 0.11 plus 0.14. This one, if this is the it's not the market one, so the real one, so you can get the real dollar. So they're asking for the real dollar here. But then if this one, if for example you want the real, the real dollar, actually they're using this formula. For this one is the market one, this I market. If this one I market, based on this question, I real actually is a I market minus the inflation over the 1 plus s. So 1 plus inflation is become the area is sorry, 0 point, I market is 0.08 minus 0.03 divided by 1 plus 0.03. So you got about 0.8 minus 35, 0.05 over 1 plus 0.03, and then this one we got the 0.05 divided by 1.03. So it's about 0.0485, something like that. Okay. So then you can Now you can use this one. Suppose that 10,000 deposit what you want, so you put 10,000. So you have to present value, feature over present, and then you can get using this one for 4.85%, and then for example, here is year 5, so you can use this formula, and then you can calculate this one feature over present. So here you can, I have the formula or not? No. Okay. You can use the formula. Let me check the formula from the other my last note. Hold on. Hold on. Let me put this one first. So here the formula just now. So our formula is a feature of present. Here's one. Feature of present is one. So 1 plus I n. So it's become that one. So 1 plus 0.0485 over 5, and then if 10,000 is 10,000 here. So 10,000, it should be, put 10,000 here, but that's okay. You can put here also 10,000, 10,000. Then you get the value. So this is the real dollar. So it's a 1.045 power 10,000. So you got about 12,671.92. So in other case, if this one actually you want to have the actual dollar, for example, the actual dollar, then the value is something like you have to put the market value. This one. So for example, this one 0.1124. So using the same formula also, you can get this value. So for example, this one is 0.1124. So if you want to get the using the FOP, it's 11.24%, and then this is 5 years, for example. So you can put one the same thing, 10,000, 1 plus 0.114, and then this one power 5. So you can get this value is about how about here is 17,000 something like that. So this is for the actual one. This is the for the real one. Okay. For example, Okay, so this is the for if you want to you can use this formula to get the real or the market value, something like that. If you want to calculate, if it didn't give you to you, so you can also calculate the value. Other example also available in the notes that I give to you previously. Okay, is it okay for you this one so far? So far it's okay. You know.
Okay, ada.
Okay, so now we go to the. I think I have few questions also. Um, maybe I can. I get some question. Let me took from my WhatsApp. The question is, hold on. Hold on. Oh, mana dia? Hold on, hold on. Some student. Okay. So some student give me this or some this question. Let's do this one first. So okay. Do you see my screen? Hello.
Kan doktor.
Okay, okay. Saya saya lagi tak nampak screen ni. Okay, so ada soalan question. Um, this question actually asking, okay, at 4% compounded annually, present value of 6,000 per year is for 30 years. So this one, they're asking for the what they're asking is 4% compound annually, present value of 60,000 per year for 20 years. I don't know. Is this one for my question or for my class or not? Okay, if based on this formula, okay, if based on this formula, it mean that the they have like this. Um, you putting the you have the 16,000, 60K annually for 20 years, 20 years. So this one the 20 years. So let me here this one for you 30 years. From year one until 30 years and 60,000. And then the percent is a 4% compound. So what they're asking the present value. I know. Mm. So here we can using the formula present P over A here. So if P over A is this formula, P over here, this formula. So we can using this formula. So the formula is 1 plus I over M minus 1, this one. 1 plus I minus M minus 1, this one. And I, 1 plus I over M. But then I also didn't know if I asking, if I understand this question, if I understand this question, its present value is 16,000, mean that this is present value, and then maybe they're asking per year of 20 years is SSX. So they're asking this one, the future value after 20 years. So if this question asking this one, actually I just show you that how that this calculation got. I mean they're using the present over annuity. But then if I understand this question, it's 4% mean that you have to using the future value over present, which is the 4% here, and then the 30 years. So if this one, then you have to using this formula, future value for present, this formula, and then put the end. So this one actually become, if you put this one plus 0.04 and over 20 years, and then time the 60,000, then you can get the value of future something value. Okay. I think somebody asked you this question. Is it okay? Hello. So, but in this case, they mentioned that this one is annuity. So I'm not for sure because they didn't mention this one. This one just they mentioned the present value is 16,000. If they mention, I don't know this one is annuity. But then yeah, okay. If the case if they said this, they pay annually for 60,000, then you can put this one annuity. But this one is just a present value. So this should be future value, which is actually this SSX for the year. What is SSX? So SSX actually asking the value of an SSX. Okay, so that is question number one they're asking me. Secondly, you're asking something people are asking this one question. Um, calculate how much per year at 6% compounding monthly to get future value of 800,000 in 10 years. So how much per year? This one annually. How much per year? So this one annually. Mention this one. How much you have to pay annually to get 8,000? This one for 10 years. So this one you have the future value, and then you want to get the annual value. So this is A over F. You already have the future value to get in 10 years. 800. This is future value. This is your future value. But this one they're using F over E. I think uh slightly missing here because here they calculate how much per year. So it's annuity at 6% compounded monthly to get future value of 800,000. This one is your future value. You already have future value, and then you want to get the annuity. So you have to calculate the E over F, and then 6%, and then it's 10 years, 10-year period. So A over F, you can get the A over F is this formula. So you have to using this formula. Okay, so if this formula, the I is so okay, this one actually if you using F over A, you have to, because this one you say that this is A, but then where is A here? A is the dimension here, because if you this thing is easy that if you put the you have 10 years, for example, 10 years from one, and then you already know that this one is 815, 821, blah 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 blah, and then you want to see that how much that you have to pay every year. So this annuity, so that you get 815 this one, and then you get the I you already give by 6%. So you have, that's why it's important to write the plot diagram. I'm not plot diagram, cash flow diagram. Sorry. So here, for example, here, and in this case also, for example, this case you have to try. For example, this one, this case present value. Present value is here. So this present value is here, 16,000. and then you see the I is 4%, and then you're asking for the this one not one, and then you're asking for this one 30 years. What is the future value? What is the future? What is the future value? So you want to find this future value. Okay, here what you have to spend annually. So now you have 8,000 blah 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 this value. So you have the 8,000. So you want to get the annual value. Annual value is, so using this formula A over F. So I can consider this one A over F using this formula. So I is 0.06 and 1 plus 0.06. This one is a 10 year, and then you have to minus 1, and then this one have to time the annual the present value here, the present value here. So the present value here is actually no, the future value. Sorry, the future value here. Sorry. So the future value is 815,821.92. So then you can get the annual value here. So somebody can calculate. If somebody can calculate. Okay. Any question? So far so good on this one. Okay. Okay. So okay, we go to the question just now. Example. So this one given two projects. So we have project A, and which initial cost 50,000. Initial cost to this cost. We can put this one project A. Can do like this also. Project A and project B. Put here initial cost. Initial cost what? 50,000. 50,000. Project B initial cost 40,000. Revenue 15,000. So put revenue. Revenue 50,000. Revenue 12,000. All is 5 years, so N is 5 years, so 5 years, 5 years. What is it? Uh, MRI is 10%, I is 10%, 10%, 10%. Prison was to asking the prison was analysis. So they are asking what is the prison was now. Okay. So here, for example, maybe I have to run with this one, put this one to see the question. I think this one actually similar to the mine notes. Okay, I just to show you so that okay. So initial cost, this is something like that. Initial cost, preservoir of revenue. So you have the thing. You have to change everything to the present time. Just now, yeah. Initial cost is the present. Is it present? In the present now. And revenue is 50,000 for 5 years. So it's a annuity. This is annuity fit for 50. So it's something like you have the, if you take the project in this term line, you have the initial cost is 50,000, 50,000 year one, 50K, and then you have to get revenue 15,000 until 5 years, 5 years, yeah, something like that is 15K, and then that's all. Is it? Revenue, that's all. So this is project A, and then go to the project B of 40K for the year one, for put the this one, and then the revenue for 5 year until 5 years is 12K. And then this is don't forget to put I is 10% here, and also I here is 10%, 12K. So then you have all these things. Then you can easily calculate. What is present value? This one, 40K is present value. This one annual value. NAT value. So we have to calculate to go to the present value because it was asking for present worst. Present worst means that all the calculation have to be in the present form. All the calculation have to be in present form. If it's asking you that future worst, all the calculation in the future. To this present, everything is present. So now, for example, project A, initial cost is already in present. So put the value only. 50,000 negative because here is you cost in minus. And then you get annual value. This one, annual value, you have to calculate. So the annual value on the present term, this one, the calculation, is the formula, the same formula that we have. We have the present or annual value, this one formula. So P over A. We want to get the present value when given the annual value. Okay, so that this one, we want to get the present value. When we get that, we have any value. So any value that we have is 15,000. We want to convert 15,000 into the present value. So this one the 10%, 5 years. This is the this is the after the calculation, and then you get this one. You get 50,600 minus 50,000 the cost. You get the extra 6,862 value positive. Mean that viable. If positive, it's good. When expression was if positive, that was actually good business. I mean, we can proceed. B, we have the 40,000. So 40,000 is 13%. And then this any value is certificate is any value. Any value. So we have to change the any value of the point this any value to present. This one to have to change to present. So change again, put this any value is 12,000, put this value, and then you get 45,000, and then you get 5,590. Based on case A, this is A and B, you say that A is more better because you get more money. Okay. So far so good. Hello.
Yes, doctor.
Okay.
Yes, doctor. But this is EE6, right?
Pardon?
Yes, doctor. But then this one is EE6, right?
No, this one E4.
Isn't it? All right.
Yeah. This the EC, the one just now in the this one.
Yeah.
Oh, not yet. We don't go to the EEC yet. This one. This is the EE6. So this is a EE6. This one. This is E4, the one that your friend asking, and then this one also E4.
你帮他下来一下，你帮他下来一下。
But I didn't hear you. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I found it, doctor.
Okay.
Because I wonder because just now E6, right? Then suddenly E4.
So okay, EE6 is almost similar to EE4. Almost similar. Or the only thing that EE6 have is that another thing is the real and actual. This is the I mentioned this one, the real and actual ringgit. And then if you go to this one, they have also notes I mentioned about how to convert from actual to real and real to actual. They have the formula there. I think the same thing. The formula actually apply the same thing because I, I think you put you have the value of uh, uh, the depreciation. Um, the value of deflation, inflation, sorry, deflation, inflation. So the value inflation, for example, you have the, for example, you can calculate the same thing. For example, that normal calculation that you have the I. Let me put here. For example, you have the, okay, like this one. You put the block diagram here. For example, you have Okay, you have the you put the money. Okay, you put the money. Okay, you put the money. Let me put this one. Simple, simple. I think yeah. You put the money, for example, 10,000, and then you have the interest, for example, 10%, for example, for maybe 10 years. For me to make it quite simple. So what is the value? What is the future value? What happened to the money when it's from the 10,000 become what happened when the interest 10%? So you can calculate that what is the future value over present. Okay, let me calculate now 10%, and then it's 10 years. So you can using this formula 1.01 over 10, and then you can time the 10,000. So this one is what? Let me calculate. 1.1 out of 10. Then time, my calculation correct? Let me check the formula first. Yeah, this one is correct. Okay? So just now, so 10,000. To time 10,000. This is your money is become 25,000. For example, this one 25,937. But then, if you want to calculate the inflation, you know that this is 35,000 is your future value. You can go to the back to present value. I mean present value, which actually no, that put the inflation. For example, what I mean inflation, maybe 5%, and then you can using the same formula to go back to the inflation effects, something like that. I can show you in the notes also. Okay, anything? Is it okay? Okay, so just now we calculate this one, and then for this one is okay. There's already calculate this one. Another thing here also the same thing also. If you are working with our fabricated facility, said your company plan to produce a new product. This new product requires additional processing machine. The new machine cost you 100,000. If you save up 70,000 annually. So when that you put the if it's easy that if you can write the cash flow diagram. New machine cost you 125. So in year one, for example. And then you have 12 years. 12 years. And then it will save you 70,000 annually rent. So 70,000 you get annually. Something like that. 70,000 annually until 70K until the 12 years. So you know that this one is 17,000. And then maintenance cost would be cost you 50,000. So you have the maintenance cost again, and then 50,000 annually also. Maintenance, that's minus annually. And the salvage value is 35,000. Salvage value means that you can sell back the money, the thing after 12 years. So you can have the salvage value 25,000. Measure that. Assuming that the interest rate is 8%. So 8% that's not the I. So they're asking you are working blah blah blah. What is the question? Okay. Is it the investment is will be beneficial to you or the company? So in here, if they ask it, investment will be beneficial to you, you can use either present value, present words. You can also use future words. You can also use any words. It's up to you. For example, this case, you can use, but use the one that you like to show that and it the is it that is valuable or not. For example, in my question here, I put this one is in the present value, present value. But I can change also into the future value also. For example, I can change also in the future value, future words. So that actually it's depend on the question. If asking question, they asking for the future words, you can put it. If they asking for any word, for example, you can calculate this any word. For example, this one is anything. So for example, I calculate this one in annual words. This one in present, I have to change into annual thing. This one is already in annual. This one is already annual. This one is also in future. I have to change to annual. So what is formula this one? I have the present. I want to change the annual. So go to formula. I have the present. I have the present. I have the present that I want to change the annual. This one. So I have to using the A over P. Here I have to change to this one. I have to change to A over P. And then this one, I already know I have the A over P. I have a future. I want to change to annual. So A over F. So you get just to get this term to calculate. When you get the term, this one is already in annual. You can put in there, and this is already n. You will n something, and then you can I just to show you. Then you can immediately get using the formula here. How this one? Because in the exam I give only this one and this one. I didn't give this one. I didn't give this one. I didn't give this one. I only provide you in the formula this one and this short form. You have to understand. Now I show you how to understand the using the formula. The formula is given and you can use it. The only thing that you have to understand how to use the formula. Okay. So here and then you can conclude. So then this one present value, putting this one in the present, change from the annual to the present, this one from annual to present, and then this one from future to present, and then everything be in present value. If you working on the AW annual words, then this one you have to change to the annual. This one that not to change. This is not to be changed. This one have to change from the end from future to annual. So this one, yeah, this one we have the annual. This one, yeah, this one have to be annual based on present. Okay, then you can get what here if you using the same thing. This here you get minus 9,000. So it's a worst project. You cannot use it. It's minus. So you can calculate this one is minus. The same thing also if you using the annual words also you can get that. This how minus every year from the beginning until the end. How many years that you have to loss. Okay. I have finished the this one. This is all the thing that I think is important for you to understand the exam. I think the exam is just straightforward. I think doesn't have that much. Don't to worry, but then you have to. The main thing actually how to use the formula. Anything to ask you? Anything? Hello.
No, doctor.
No, doctor. Okay. So if not, then I will give to you this slide. But later on, I put into the e-learning, and then also I can share to you the distribution of the video to you. So if you check with me. Anything if you want to ask, I think it should be asked now, so that I can answer you correct. If not, then it's very difficult for me to answer. But for example, this one good question. I didn't know how that where did you get it? Or maybe from my note, maybe I was wrong. I don't know. But then in here is clearly in for example here I can put the content. In here is clearly show that I think the asking this one is future value because for 20 years is what? What is the value after 20 years? So I don't know why they put the here something missing. They didn't asking for any annual value here or present value here. And here also they're asking about calculate how much per year, so annual value. But then they are putting I don't know how that they calculate this one. But then this one they calculate what is it? Divide by Or they calculate this one, I don't know. But you can calculate the formula that has already been given to you. You can just calculate the annual future value, this one is the future value, and put the formula, everything is be done. Why you have to put the future over annual?
Doctor,
Yeah.
they put annual, is it because of the per year?
Yeah, annual is per year, yes. Annual can be per year, per week, per quarter, anything. I mean, frequently pay. I mean, continuously pay. Idea that I think I show you in note also. If quarter, how is it calculate? If year, but this formula is per year.
No, because from what I understand is they say 60,000 per year, right? That's why they count annually. So they didn't use the value of P.
But then there is a value of P.
I mean, they use A because they put per year, right?
Yeah, per year. This one how much per year annually? Yes.
No, the
That's
first
why
one, the 4%
this
one.
one or this one.
Ah,
And 4% compound annually. Of course, this is compound is annually.
no,
All the
the
formula here.
the
All the
60,000 per year.
no. All the okay. This one you have to understand this one. All this one is mean compound. Mean yearly. For example, you put the 1,000, you get 4% for end of the year, 1 year, year one. And then you what for example, okay, put it is easier. 10% annually. So 100. You get 10%. So you get another 10 ringgit. So 110, another 10%. I show you in the class how that the compound in the compound the effects. So it's this one actually for compound annually, just to show that they not the you know the they have two interest, compound interest and also simple interest. So to show it to go to use the simple interest, I mean to use this formula, I mean all this formula, you have to have to using the compound interest. Understood? I think they have. I think if you go open this, they're not in my question. The note that I have in, I think in last note, I show you the simple interest and compound interest. Again, some question just now. Hello, just now some question. Hello.
Yes, doctor. Understand.
Yeah, understand. Okay. So I think I didn't know where they're asking. Yeah, you're asking that they because they put annual. I didn't think how can the I don't know because this is simple. Present value is 60,000. Should be present value. Yeah. Compound, of course, this is compound actually is the terminology compound annually actually to show that you're not using simple interest, using compound interest. So that you have to use the formula, the one that we have, the formula. I think in the E03, this one I think related a little bit in E03. I think I can show the this E03. We mentioned that in E03, E03. We show that how that simple interest work and how that compound interest work. And then from the compound interest, I continue to the formula, present value, everything this thing, and then to show that okay, then how because simple interest is just straight. Yep, okay, don't know straight like this. Okay, anything question? But it is a good question. I think I don't know from where that this maybe from my note. I don't know. Have to check it. But then good thing to asking this question. I don't know. Maybe yeah. This anything to asking? No, no. If not, good luck for your exam in 29. We see you in 29. I hope that you will answer the question. I think uh, I check again my question. All my question is calculation question. So don't worry. You just calculate. You know to how using the formula. and then calculate. If anything you want to asking now, and then because if not, then I cannot show you how to solve the problem. Thank you very much. I stop the presenting now.